Happy Friday, everybody. We have made it through our first full week of school. Nice job. We had a great week and had our first successful lockdown drill, which I think everybody did an outstanding job. Next week, we will have our first evacuation drill on Monday, so be prepared for that. With that said, great first week. The rooms are looking great. Everybody's working hard to make sure that our kids are set up for a great school year. Looking ahead, next Wednesday we have our first staff meeting. I'm really excited for our format this year as we look at how Barb Erickson can support us from the district and provide differentiated staff development time during this time so that it's beneficial for each and every one of us. We will be going over our school improvement plan and talking about the goals we have this year for our school, and each and every one of us will be responsible for implementing this plan so that our students can be successful. Following that, we will spend the majority of our time really looking at what our vision is this year, providing staff development time during our staff meetings each month. So very excited about that. Very excited to have Barb Erickson on board to help support us as we move forward with our plan. Also next week, again, a reminder that we have our first fire drill or evacuation drill. So please be aware of where your location is when you are bringing kids outside. And we will have that on Monday. We also have another fire drill on Thursday, or evacuation drill. And finally, we do have our fun run kickoff on Wednesday. It looks like the PTO is working on creating a video that you will be able to show in your classrooms or in your teaching space to help kids get excited for the fun run. We will not be meeting as a school in any space to do that kickoff. Again, it'll be video based. So look for that coming soon. Let's have a great week next week. For my walkthroughs this past week, it really has been about just looking at flow and how everybody's settling into the new school year. And if I didn't know any better, I would guess that we're in mid-year. Everybody's doing great. The kids have adjusted very nicely into the routines that you have obviously been practicing and going over as a class. So it's been great peeking into windows and seeing kids hard at work, teachers engaging with kids. I love seeing teachers out of their desk and with kids when the kids are in their classrooms. If I can walk into a room and have a hard time finding the teacher, I think that's a great sign. So nice job. I think it's been a great start to the school year. I'm really looking forward to, as I move forward with walkthroughs, having specific topics that I'll be looking for. And we'll talk a little bit more about this next week during our staff meeting about the rubrics that I'll be using for walkthroughs to provide building-wide feedback on how we're doing. So look forward to learning more about that next week, and great job getting the year started. For my technology tip this week, I'd like to just share with you 3 apps that you can take a look at if you choose, that we will have an opportunity to quickly preview at the end of next week's staff meeting. The 3 apps are called Shomi, Haiku Deck, and Adobe Voice. These are 3 apps that if you have a moment to play around on your iPad over the weekend, take a look at these 3 apps. They may be a tool or tools that you could use working with your students. So again, Shomi, Haiku Deck, and the Adobe Voice app. 3 apps that you might want to take a look at. You may or may not feel that they will fit into your classroom teaching. Thanks. For our PBIS minute here, I would like to just share how impressed I am with going around to see classrooms at the beginning of the day as you do morning meeting. I've seen lots of morning meeting taking place in many classrooms, and what a great way to build community and get to know your students, and for students to get to know each other, and just to really set the tone for the day. So the morning meeting has proven to be such a great activity to do in order to set the students up for successful learning moving forward. So keep up the great work. Keep up with providing opportunities for kids to get to know you and the routines, and to build that positive community in your classroom. I have also been handing out lots of coins and red slips, and I encourage every staff member to hand them out at every moment that you possibly can. We will start having our drawings next week. We're shooting for our first drawing to be on Monday. So with that said, if you could turn in your red slip buckets today, Friday, we'll send out an email as well as your reminder. That way we can prep for and get ready for our drawing on Monday afternoon. With that said, everybody have an awesome weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next week.